Hello students, I am Kavita Singh from Samarpan Gnyan school and we will here continue our 6th standard science chapter number 7 getting to know plants. And in the previous class we learn about the parts of the plant, that is stem and leaves. Now here we will learn about the, what is this? Root. Yes, here we learn about the root. What is root? Root is grow underground, right, in the soil. So it is a root, and root is a very important component of the plant system, as without the presence of root the plant ceases to exist. This because the root perform major function essential to growth and survival of the plant. Without root, plant cannot be grown. Okay, so root is a very important part of the plant. Now we learn the types of the root. There are two types of the root. First one is the taproot. It is a taproot. In the taproot you can see there is the one main part and then many sub parts of it. So you can see the taproot is the main root from the which it has many branches. Root grows and grow from the side away, and you can see the root hairs on the side roots. And this main structure, this long structure is called primary root. Now this side branches are called the secondary roots, and these small structures, very small and thin structures, are called root hairs. Okay, and these roots are present in the neem, mango, pea plant and etc. And this is the example of also a tap root. What is this? This is the radish, and radish is an example of tap root because this is the main root, and this is the branches that grow from the main root. Okay, so it is an example of tap root. Yes, and carrot is also root. Okay, so we can eat root. Now some root, not all roots. Okay, we can eat some roots, and this is the example of it. Now second one is the fibrous root. What is fibrous root? Fibrous root, a cluster of thin fibers. You can see there are many fibers, thread like structures are spread in the soil. So fiber like roots at the base of the stem. After the stem there is no main root. Okay, after the base there are many fiber like roots are grown from the base of the stem, is called fibrous root. And these roots are spread out into the soil. And where we get these fibrous root? In the plant of wheat, grass and etc. Now this is the example of fibrous root, and this is the maize root, maize plant root, and it is a fibrous. You can see there are no main branch, there are no side branches. Main root, there is no main root, all roots are same, and it is a fiber like structure. So it is a fibrous root, and we can see in the grass also, many grass has a fibrous root. Now students, we will do one activity. Okay, and we can see this activity. Broadleaf plant and the longleaf plants have a which type of root. So what we do, we can pull out two plants. Okay, two plants. First one with the broad leaf, we can see that is the broad leaf. So one have a broad leaves, and it means it has a reticulate venation in their leaves. And second one having a long leaves, this one long leaves, and this is showing the parallel venation in their leaves, right, because it has a reticulate venation and it is a long leaf, so it is a parallel venation. Remove the soil from by the washing the roots. You can wash the root and remove the soil, remove the soil from the both plant. And you observe carefully, you observe that the broad leaf plant, this one, broad leaves plant that has a reticulate venation, it has a main root and many small roots, many small branches of root coming out it, right? This is the main root and this is the branches of the main root. Okay, and in the second hand you can see the long leaves plant. In the long leaves plant that has showing the parallel venation in their leaves, a bunch of the thin fibers like structure, fiber like roots. It has a start from the stems. There are no main root. Okay, so what you conclude? You conclude the main root of the broad leaves plant is called taproot, means their broad leaves and it has a taproot. The small roots are called lateral roots. These small roots, small branches are called lateral roots. Okay, so you can conclude the broad leaves have a taproot and the bunch of the thin fibers like root is called fibrous root, and fine hair like structure on the lateral roots are called fine structure where it is, so it is called the root hair. So in the long leaves you can observe that they have a fibrous root and they have a reticulate venation, so they have a taproot. Okay, means we have know that when the plant has a reticulate venation, which type they have a root? They have a taproot. When their leaves are a parallel venation, so which type they have a root? They has a fibrous like root, fibrous root. Okay, now we will go ahead, that is the modified root. What is the modified roots? In the some plants the roots store the foods and these are the modified roots. Okay, the structure of their roots is changed in a natural way, you can see, to perform additional function. Such roots are called modified roots. Okay, so modified roots stored food. They can store foods such as you can see radish, carrot, sweet potato, beet have a solid roots, and these roots can store food produced by the plant. Okay, and the plant use this food when they need it. Such modified roots are also used by us as a food. We can use this thing in a food, right, in a salad, or we eat raw. And these modified roots are also provide support to the heavy branches. These roots are called prop roots. Okay, this is found in the banyan tree. Now here we learn about the function of the root. What are the functions of the root? What are the main function of the root? Because we know the root perform major function. So what are the function? What is these function? So these are here. First one, root hold the plant firmly in the soil, means root patterned deep down into the soil and spread out and hold the plant firmly to the ground. In other words, we can say that root are set to the anchor and plant to the soil. Root helps the plant to remain standing even in a strong wind. When strong wind is come, the plant roots are hold the soil and they cannot drop out. Okay, now second one is the root absorb water and minerals from the soil. Yes, they absorb the water and minerals from the root hairs, okay, from the soil, and send them to the other part of the plant. Water and minerals are needed by the plant for their growth. Now third one, that is root prevents soil erosion. Yes, root hold the soil together with their roots and save it from the being blown off by strong wind or washed away by flowing water. So root prevent the soil erosion also. Now what is the difference between the taproot and fibrous root? You can see the first one is the taproot has only one long root and the small roots are grown from the main root are called lateral root. So these are the lateral root and this is the main root. Okay, and these roots are go deep into the soil. This is the soil and they are goes deep into the soil. And third one, the tap roots are found in the plant which have a reticulate venation, means their leaves are like this type, these reticulate venation. Okay, now in the fibrous root, you can see the fibrous root do not have a main root. All roots are seems similar. So you can draw like that. All roots are similar. No one is the main root. So all fibrous roots are like that. Okay, now second one, they do not have deep into the soil, means they are not go inside, more inside the soil, and these are found in the plants which have a parallel venation. Parallel venation means their leaves are look like that. Okay, so these are the main difference between the fibrous root and tap root. So their venation is look like parallel venation like that. Okay, so these are the fibrous root and their leaves are look like parallel. Okay, so these are the difference between tap root and fibrous root. Today's topic is finished here. We will meet into the next.